What's good, YouTube? Today we're going to be doing full album review on Quadeca's Vanisher Horizon Scraper. I done a reaction to the album recently. If that video will be linked in the description, you guys haven't watched that, go watch that. I did react to that at like 5 a.m, so I was very tired, forgive me for that. But yeah, after having the album, sitting with the album for a while, I've gone ahead, dissected it, listened to the album, and I'm ready for the full review. Yeah. So before this album dropped, I was saying that this was going to be Quadeca's biggest album, his most impressive album, and I was saying that this is going to be his best album in terms of performance, in terms of production, in terms of theme, in terms of creativity, because he is a very, very creative artist. I knew that this album would, in a sense, take it to a level where there's going to be a lot more eyes on Quadeca after this album. It is one of the biggest albums, not so much the biggest, but one of the, I would say, best albums of the year. So there will be a lot of people that will see it. It's great for Quadeca, great for his exposure. It's just great, you know, especially for Quadeca fans. It's a great time to be a Quadeca fan, I guess. I probably will get some stick for this review from Quadeca fans because they are kind of like diehard fans, and to them, Quadeca's music is just has to be the greatest ever. But now this is a review. It's my review. So if it's a thing that you get offended, if it's a thing that you agree or disagree, that's okay. I'm not going to get offended by what you think. I did break this down into some sections. I have artist performance, I have feature, I have production, I have replay value, and then I have theme and content. So I will be ranking, I'll be giving each of those sections a rating, talking about each of them, and then at the end I will be giving a final rating on the album. When I first listened to the album, I gave it a 9 out of 10. My rating has changed, I will say that. It's no longer a 9 out of 10. I'll give my rating at the end of this video. I mean, shit, let's get straight into it. So first off, we got artist performance from Quadeca. When I say artist performance, I'm talking about Quadeca himself as a performer. I'm not talking about features. I'm not talking about, it's mainly just Quadeca's performance himself. So his flows, his singing, his rapping, hooks. It's self-explanatory. On this album, I do feel like you do get some great performances from him here. You get a lot of great vocals here, some standout songs. You got the likes of Godstain, Rue My Life, Dancing Without Moving, Forgone. You know, you do get some very good singing performances from Quadeca in this album. One thing that Quadeca does, he mixes his vocals big time in his music, and in a sense it can be inaudible to some people. Some people do find it hard to understand what he's saying sometimes. I mean, even Forgone is a love song, but it was kind of hard for a lot of people to pick up on that. Even in the interview that Quadeca done recently, the hour 20-minute long interview he done right after Vanisher dropped, it was mentioned that some sections, some parts of his music are inaudible. For me, it's kind of like 50-50. I kind of do agree with it because some parts are inaudible, but I also do have good ears for music, so I can understand a lot of the things that he is saying. When people do say things like that, that's inaudible, I can completely understand. I do think overall, in terms of artist performance, he really did deliver. You have some great performances, man. Like in terms of the vocals, I'm not entirely sure if there's some career highs. I mean, yes, there are some career highs, but I don't think there is. I don't think you can say any of these songs are the best song in his catalog in terms of his vocal performance. In terms of, there's not a lot of rapping on this album. Quadeca is initially a rapper, I believe. Not a lot of rapping on this album, which isn't a bad thing. I mean, it's just the direction he's chosen to take with the album. So when I mention artist performance, I'm focusing primarily on singing. Very, very good singing on this album. I don't think it's the best we've seen from him in terms of singing, but you got some very good performances here. In terms of artist performance, I gave Quadeca an 8.5 out of 10. I thought it was good. I don't think it was bad. It was good. It's not like the best he can do because we have songs like Shades of Us, we have Born Yesterday, we have Dasani. You can get some better singing performances from him on his other projects, but I feel like this one was a solid project for singing, so that's getting an 8.5. Now we move on to features for the section. There were 2 features on the album. There was Maruja and Danny Brown. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. Maruja. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna say Maruja. I do think Maruja had a better performance than Danny Brown. In a sense, Danny Brown did fit the theme. I do feel Danny Brown did fit the Bacchanal theme very well. He projected that very well with the song and the image that Quadeca was trying to go with. I don't think Danny Brown was like a standout feature. I mean, it was alright. I don't think it was anything crazy. I did think Maruja, however, was exceptional, like outstanding. So in terms of the features, Maruja kind of was the one who, when I'm giving this feature rating, I do think it was just Maruja who was the standout big time. Some very, very good vocals and great performance. So features, there isn't too much to say on features because there's only 2 features on the album. I've given features an 8.3 out of 10. Solid features. I mean, yeah. The next section that we're going to move on to is probably the biggest one that I was most interested for, which is production. Quadeca always has a very good ear for production. He does self-produce a lot of his music, so in that sense I knew that he takes like huge amount of pride in it. Quadeca's a nerd when it comes to his music, and it's a thing that a lot of his fans do appreciate. There's a lot of layers in his songs. Production is always amazing, a lot of weird complex sounds, and then there's also just soothing and beautiful sounds. I mean, throughout his career, I mean, you look at a song like Shades of Us, you look at Dust Cutter, you look at Pretty Privilege, you got some very, very good, even Sisyphus, amazing production on those songs. I know Quadeca himself was heavily involved in the production of his own album. He is of his own music, like just in general going through his career. So what I got to say for production, you do have some amazing songs here. I'm just going to look through the track list really quick. I mean, Godstain, absolutely beautiful in terms of production. Monday's another song. Natural Causes and Thunder, absolutely amazing in terms of production. In terms of the production, Thunder is a very, very aggressive song. Very heavy drums, and the beat is kind of like screaming at you. It's like a huge tone switch on the album, which I thought was absolutely amazing. I mean, it adds a bit of versatility also. It did have some form of versatility, but I mean, Thunder was obviously the standout song on the album. The album kind of follows the same theme. I do feel like he portrays a sailor in the album, so all of the instrumentals on this are kind of like smooth and soothing, nothing too aggressive, nothing screaming too loud. I mean, he has gone out on a voyage, he's out there on a boat. It is kind of relaxing, it can get kind of crazy. I do believe that the movie really portrayed that really well with the songs and the music videos, whereas when we got to Thunder, you could see that it was extremely aggressive and extremely crazy. I'm mentioning Thunder a lot because it's the standout in terms of production. It's the odd one out, but I thought the production was absolutely amazing on this album. You know, once again, Quadeca doesn't disappoint with production. I do believe he's one of the best producers in the game, and when I say that, people will think I'm crazy, but like, this guy, he truly is one of the best producers in the game. His music does have amazing production. The rating, I'm giving it a 9.5 out of 10. It was absolutely brilliant. I mean, he knocked it out of the park with that one. Now we're going to move on to replay value. In terms of replay value, a lot of the songs on the album are very good. Now, it's not too versatile, the album. I mean, the production does follow a similar path. It is beautifully produced, but there isn't a lot of versatility on the album. I mean, a lot of the songs do flow the same. The theme is very linear. He does stick to one theme, so it's hard for him to kind of escape out of the sound that's projected on the album. I mean, if you look at the songs, a lot of soothing and relaxing music. You don't have anything too aggressive, too in your face. In terms of the production that we get from his other music, there isn't too much complexity in it. It is a beautifully produced album, but there isn't too much complexity. I'm just comparing this to a lot of the songs that he makes. I'm not saying that the replay value isn't good or the production's amazing. Replay value, it's there, but I do believe potentially could have been better. I mean, if you add a bit more versatility, especially in your production, since you take a huge amount of pride into it, and a lot of your music is based around the production, I do believe the replay value could have been better. In terms of rating, I'm giving replay value an 8 out of 10, just in a sense that a lot of it does follow the same sort of flow with the production and the vocals. So a lot of the songs, in a sense, would kind of mesh together. Not too much, just because of the fact that they are individually beautifully produced, but it is quite easy to follow the same flow with a lot of the songs. I mean, if I'm just looking at the track list here, I mean, Waging War, Ruin My Life, at a time like this, you know, those songs do follow a similar flow, similar production style. It does work, but in terms of replay value, you're kind of getting the same tone in terms of in terms of all of those. So I do believe that it is a good album to listen to, though. If you want to go back and listen to it, I've listened to it a lot since it released. So, yeah, I just gave it an 8 out of 10. And the final thing I have here is theme and content. When I say theme and content, I'm talking about the concept of the album. Quadeca is a guy who takes pride in concept albums, especially coming out of the YouTube scene, because not a lot of these YouTube artists make concept music. They just kind of make music that they want to be hits. I don't place Quadeca as a YouTube artist anymore. He's kind of transcended that massively and kind of left that realm. It's really hard to place him back in there. He's much better than a lot of these. Much better. Like, he's very fucking good. In terms of theme and content, I'm talking about the album movie. The album movie plays a massive factor in this, and in this rating it also did. You create an album movie that comes out with the album. You have it. He made a music video for every single song. I mean, we've seen different artists do this. Travis Scott done it for Utopia, and it was absolutely beautiful. Quadeca projected a very good. He done a great job of projecting the theme of the album with this movie, with the music videos, and with some of the production. You know, some of the instrumentals, the sounds you hear, and some of the background sounds you hear in some of the songs. He done a very good job of that. Here you have a sailor who goes off and he's gone on a voyage to God. He doesn't even know where. He has no destination. He's kind of gone out to find himself, and he has to face the dangers of being out there, the strong waves. He even mentioned that when he gets out of there and isolates himself from the world, he's gone out on a boat to isolate himself from the world. He does feel like, in a sense, that's where his creative energy takes him when he's making music, because he feels like he has to isolate himself from the world to create the music that he's creating. He has to be lost in his own mind. And I just think it's beautiful how he's portrayed it all. He's done an amazing job. Some of the songs do tie into it also. Ruin My Life ties into it amazingly. Godstained, For Gone is beautiful. Thunder shows like how dangerous it can be. Thunder really projects that dangerous feeling and atmosphere with the track list and the song, and even with the album movie. He's created a music video for every single song, but it just follows. It's very linear because it's literally a movie. I just thought it was absolutely amazing. The sailor theme is absolutely amazing. The white flag that's attached to the boat. It's almost like he's gone out there. He's letting the wind take him. White flag is a sign of surrender. So he surrendered himself to the voyage. You know, the journey that could potentially be perilous. You know, the winds are taking him wherever they want to take him. I mean, he surrendered himself. So I just think it's beautiful how he's done a great job portraying all that and creating this amazing atmosphere for the fans. And he done an absolutely amazing job of showing everybody and there's many different types of interpretations that you can take from this. I mean, we all look at the music and we listen to the music, watch the music videos. You can take one thing out of it, you can take one thing out of it. Quadeca did mention that he wanted to be that way. He does want us to take our own things out of this. So I do believe he's done a great job with that. In terms of the theme and content, I've given it a 9.5 out of 10. I do believe it's one of the best. I do believe it's one of the best albums of the year, potentially the best album of the year. When you're talking about theme and content, I do believe it's arguably the best album of the year so far. He's created a journey, he's created a movie here, and it's absolutely brilliant. So once I am impressed with Quadeca in that sense. I do believe Vanisher Horizon Scraper is a great album. I do believe it's a very nice listen. Is it my album of the year? When this album was coming out, I did say that it was going to be album of the year. I've had extremely high hopes for Quadeca. In terms of album of the year, I don't think it's album of the year. I still give it that title to Hurry Up Tomorrow by The Weeknd. I do believe Quadeca has the potential to drop one of the best albums of any year he drops music in. A lot of people will say this is album of the year. I don't think it's album of the year. I do think it's an amazing album, though. It's definitely in the top 5 for this year. In terms of rating for the album, I'll give it a final rating of a 9.2 out of 10. There were a couple of things that could have improved a bit more. Potentially the features. Features were great, but I do believe Danny Brown maybe could have been better. He done his part really well now, to be fair, but maybe put more of a standout performance more. Maybe put your mark there a bit more. But I really did think that he done a great job with the assignment. He understood the assignment, so that's why I did give the features quite a high rating, to be fair. The theme and content really pushed this one for me, and the production. really got a high rating because of that. I mean, the production's absolutely beautiful. It's the type of thing you expect when you're listening to Quadeca's music. He just does take a massive amount of pride in his music and his production. So yeah, but yeah, 9.2 is the rating I give it. It's one of my favorite albums of this year. I'm very excited for the tour. I'll be going to the tour in London and I'll be going to the tour in Dublin. So it's going to be cool to see Quadeca, meet Quadeca, speak to him. I'd love to just ask him certain things about the album, his creative process on it also. And it's going to be great to hear some of these songs live and just vibe out with a bunch of Quadeca fans. I've actually never seen Quadeca live, so this is going to be kind of cool as well. That's my album review for Vanisher. I want to thank everyone who watched this video. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I want to hear your opinions also on the album in the comment section. If you agree or disagree with anything I say, we can have a conversation about it. Be sure to join my Discord also. I'll put the link in the description. We can talk about the album there. If you guys want to add anything, that you guys want to show me anything that you found cool about the album, put it in the Discord. We can talk about music. I'll put my Twitch link also in the description. Be sure to follow the Twitch. I do stream quite a lot and that gets updated on Discord. And yeah, I want to thank everyone for watching this, and until the next one.